Hey, I'm Captain Owen. Welcome to Kasiopeja.
And I'm Chef Chris. Welcome.
Great, guys. What inspired you guys to join the yachting industry? What's your background? How'd you get here?
Well, for starters, I grew up in St. Augustine, Florida. My parents were the Florida Bass Federation tournament directors, and that brought me in the water fishing quite a bit. I fell in love with boats. I fell in love with fishing. Ended up sailing quite a bit, and one thing led to another. I started playing music for a living and touring quite a bit in the States, which led me to St. Thomas and St. John, St. Croix. Uh, Basically, what brought me here.
Great. Chris, what's your story?
I've been cooking for over 20 years in commercial kitchens and hotels, and then started to move into fishing charters off the coast in San Diego and in Mexico, and decided that I wanted to get into something a little bit cooler, and that's what got me here in St. Thomas.
Awesome. Can you guys share a memorable experience from one of your charters?
Memorable experience. Well, there's been a lot. I've been here for 10 years now, doing charters quite a bit. One of my most memorable experiences, I'd have to say, was I had a wonderful group as a family. We had about 4 kids with us, and we were all swimming. And I looked up, and sure enough, there was a mother dolphin and a baby dolphin, and they came straight over to us. And the mother was completely okay with it. The baby dolphin was really friendly and swam around. We had a great time playing with the dolphins for about 25-30 minutes.
For me, it's doing sushi class with all of the guests. We have a great time setting up everything for everybody, teaching everybody how to build their own rolls, and making it however they want to make it. Yeah.
Great. What are your favorite activities to do with guests on board?
For me, I'm a big explorer. I like going to places less traveled, like caves and reefs that you wouldn't know was there, and really getting my guests in the water with me, and I'm really exploring quite a bit.
And for me, it's hanging with friends. One of the cooler spots is Honeymoon Bay, hanging with everybody. Um, and wherever Captain Owen has taken us is amazing. Every time I look up from the galley, it's a new place and it's gorgeous every time.
Great. So speaking of which, Owen, what would you say your favorite lesser known spots are or hidden gem areas to take guests to on charter?
Oh, there's so many. Obviously you have places like Anagata, weather permitting, that it's just mind blowing. It's peaceful and quiet, and other places like Necker Island in the North Sound of Virgin Gorda, if available, bringing people on a Gumptions tour there is quite amazing, and playing with lemurs and giant tortoises and pink flamingos. Yeah, it's pretty memorable.
Definitely. What would you say some of your funny or unexpected moments that have happened on charter that you'd like to share?
Ah, one that comes to mind is pulling up behind Willie T one day, and first of all, seeing probably the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my life up on the top deck, about to jump off, and instead of her jumping off, one of my best friends does a best backflip with a bottle of tequila in his hands, and performs a perfect shot upside down with the bottle of tequila. That was pretty incredible.
Awesome. How about you, Chris?
So for me, it was Maho Bay, swimming with turtles and nurse sharks sitting on the bottom, and just it was incredible.
Awesome. Yeah. So when you're not on charter during the season, what do you guys like to do in the off season?
I like to travel. First stop is always family. My family in St. Augustine, Florida. My family in Jamestown, Tennessee. Um, and after I've made my rounds and made them happy, and and myself happy for that matter. I have to go. I have to go to the mountains. You know, I have to get up into Asheville, North Carolina. I lived there for 4 years. I used to play music for a living, as I said, and you know, especially this year after what they've all been through, it's going to be a big stop for me, and you know, just touching base and making sure I see all their faces.
For me, it's going fishing with my dad in San Diego, getting back in touch with family, and also I'm going to be traveling to Barcelona this year and meeting up with old chef friends I've worked with, catching up, doing some cooking together, and figuring out new innovative things that I can do here on our charters.
Awesome. All right, so yeah, speaking of food, Chris, let's talk about some of your dishes. What would you say your favorite dish is, and why is it a guest favorite? And also, who or what influences your cooking style?
So, my favorite dish, and I think all of my guests' favorite dish, is the 6-hour braised short rib with a red wine reduction. I'm sourcing local squash here from the island, and I'm doing like a butternut squash, mashed potatoes, and they just seem to love it. And I get started in the morning, and the people wake up to this beautiful aroma, and they just absolutely have loved it. As far as my background goes, I've grown up in an Italian family, with all of the women in my life, the women in my family, being a little kid in the kitchen and getting little scraps from everybody, and it's just, I've never looked back, and it's been cooking ever since then.
Awesome. Thank you.
Well, guys, thanks for joining us today, and we hope to see you out there.
We'll see you soon. Thank you.